I'm just back from Yellowstone National Park, and I'm fired up. Learn why right now. Thanks for swinging by today, and if you've never followed us on Facebook or Instagram, please do so. Also, please subscribe to my channel before you leave. I have a real bone to pick today. I've really made this channel to be about two things that I want to avoid: political messages and negativity. I think there's plenty of that out there, and you can find that somewhere else. But today I got to go a little negative because to say it lightly, I'm pissed off, and I'm sick of stupid people, and I'm going to just be straight with that. My family just took a big trip, and you will see that on this channel coming up, but we went to over to the Rapid City area, saw Mount Rushmore or Devil's Tower, drove back across Wyoming, went to the Tetons, went through Yellowstone, and came home. Everything was beautiful. It was a great trip. My problem was Yellowstone. It's the third time I've been to the park, and I just think that people don't realize what you're getting into when you go to Yellowstone. Glacier's the same way. This is a wild area. I know they call it a park. It is not a park. It's a park in the legal sense, but it is a wild refuge. There is wild animals there, and people are being stupid, and I'm going to be straight and hope maybe it makes some people mad, but it's frustrating. So let's get into what's going on in Yellowstone this year, and it's been going on for a while. First thing is and maybe you'll see this, I got this from every news station in Montana has it. The Yellowstone Visitor Facebook page has it. A few weeks ago, July 23rd, a 9-year-old girl was thrown by a bison. It charged, threw up in the air. There's a photo of it. It's really sad, actually. Witnesses say a group of 50 people within 5 to 10 feet of the bison for at least 20 minutes. The 9-year-old from Odessa, Florida, was charged and tossed into the air by the bison. It's really all you need to know. The girl is okay. She had minor injuries. She was treated and released. Don't get by these animals. Are you kidding me? 5 to 10 feet from a bison. This is a big animal. It's a wild animal. They're known to be aggressive. They look docile. They eat grass and they hang out. But if they feel threatened, they're going to charge you. So I don't know. I can't fathom taking my 9-year-old child down there. I'm sorry if you're the parent of this child, you're reading this, but I just don't get it. So, second story here is 2 bears, and this is July 25th, 2 days later. 2 bears euthanized, and they're searching for a third after people are feeding these bears food. And they become reliant on people's food, and they get a taste for it, and then all of a sudden they're more aggressive with humans. Again, this is not a zoo in Seattle or San Diego. This is a national park. These are wild animals. They have reliance. They have a need to eat. They're trying to survive. If you're doing these things, it's going to change their behavior, which is going to make them aggressive towards the next group of people that come through. It's crazy to me. So these are just a couple stories, and then my personal, and this is why I'm making this video, is my personal experience in the park. So last day, we're coming out. We leave the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone, which is a beautiful place. You'll see it on this channel coming up. We go up the road, and there's a group of cars stopped, like there normally is when there's an animal. I look over, and here's a picture of it. There's a group of 25 plus people standing there within 20 feet of 3 big bull elk and a couple cows, and there might have even been a calf there, but just crazy. So here's a little bit of video as well, and I'll excuse my language ahead of time, and my dad's camera work. He's not a pro at camera work, so here's that.
The guys stop so you can get his pet people
Little kids, I mean, no, don't go down there. You should not be that close to the elk. Bad. So I yell at these people because it's less about the situation and it's more about their safety. It's crazy to go down there, be close to those elk. Here's a rollover of some elk charging people in other situations. This is what they're capable of if they feel threatened.
Watch, watch, watch.
broke off their poker. Oh.
From your car.
Watch, here he goes.
So the next thing, we go literally a couple miles up the road, and off to the left, another group of cars, right, blocking the road, and off to the left, there's a bison out there. And I'm not exaggerating to you, I just read you this story a week prior to this, not even a week prior to this, a poor 9-year-old girl gets charged and thrown by a bison. And out in the distance is a bison, and there's this gal out there, and I'm going to guess she's in her 20s, and she's within 25 to 50 feet, and a gal is behind her as well. And there's a big group that's way off, which was fine. But this gal was way up there, so I yelled at her, and she, I don't know, she thought I was a ranger or what, but she ran off and kind of got away from it. But just crazy. Just after, you had to have read these stories, and then just to do that is just crazy. And then the last story, and this is when I knew it was time for me to just leave the park and go home. We go another 3-4 miles up the road, and there's another stoppage. And down on the right-hand side, not 75 feet down, is a little bear. When I was driving by, I was trying to weave my way through the cars. I couldn't tell if it was a grizzly or if it was a black bear. I think it was a black bear. It had a lighter color to it, but it was a smaller bear. So it was either a cub grizzly or it was a black bear, and I'm sure it was probably a black bear. But there's people diving off the edge, going down, trying to get as close as they can to these bears. Let me show you right now, if it was a grizzly, and I think it was a black bear, but if it was a grizzly, the aggressiveness of grizzly, here's 2 videos, just quick little videos I'm going to splice in of what grizzlies, how fast and how aggressive they are with humans.
Oh, look at him run. Oh, look at him run. Oh, she's chasing him. Look. Oh, they found him. Look at her. Run him off.
He went up a tree.
Oh my God.
Fight.
Oh my God, the sow just chased off the boar on the bottom. They're up a tree, a huge big tree.
Get up just kind of like where it starts to look really good, meaning like good visibility. You can really see what's going on. And all of a sudden, like out of our side view comes like, not just one bear, but 4 of them. It's a sow packing 3 little spring-born cubs with them.
Is that right there? Yeah, let's just make a little bit of noise. Hey, Mom.
I mean, we're just like, you don't really know what to say. Like you can speak in tongues. You're just trying to make noise so the bear knows you're coming. The bear don't care about any of this at all.
See her? Hey, Mom. She just came through this gap. She's coming this way.
She comes around a tree, we chamber around.
Hey, Mom. Hey, Mom. Hey.
Callahan is shooting out in front of her. And she doesn't care at all. And meanwhile, these 3 cubs are behind her like, what's going on? What's up, Mom? What's going on? I will shoot. I'm going to kill this sow. And she spun.
So if you're within 50 feet and a mother grizzly feels threatened, do you think that she's going to be able to get to you before you even can turn around? It's just not smart. Stay up by your car, stay a safe distance, take a picture. If you're going to go, get a camera with a little bit of zoom. You can get the same picture. Pull off in a safe area to where people that don't want to stop can drive by you. Be considerate. Be smart. I don't care if you're from the city, from the country, from another country, whatever your culture is. Here in Wyoming and Montana and Idaho, it is a very, very rural area. It's the wild out there, and these animals are wild. I don't want you to get hurt. I don't want these stories to be on here. It's bad for you. It's bad for our area. It gives a bad connotation to these animals that they're just trying to survive. It's not their fault. So be smart. So the 2 things that I'm going to leave you with, and I'm going to end this because I want to get on to more positive things. And before I end it, let me tell you, subscribe again to my channel because coming up are some awesome videos of all these national parks that we hit and other outdoor stuff, including some fishing trips I've done and some prep for hunting and some knife reviews. There's a lot of good stuff coming up, so subscribe before you leave. But 2 things I'm going to leave you with real quick before I leave. 1, be smart. If you are not familiar, if you're from a city and you're not familiar with the country, listen to these rangers, listen to the brochures they're giving to you. These are wild animals. These are sensitive pools of geysers and whatever else is in Yellowstone. Stay back. Don't try to be an Instagram star. Just take your photos, take your videos, smile, and have a good time, and leave the park the way you saw it. And 2, remember, use common sense. Common sense is everything, and I know common sense is different for different cultures and different places, but use common sense because it can save your life. And if you feel uncomfortable, there's a reason you feel uncomfortable. So that's it from me. Stick around, subscribe before you leave, and until next time.